think I should be in space for this because that's where I feel like I've been the whole entire game.
So I have to admit, day one, I was in an alliance called Bluefish Exposures, and our one job was to get Bluefish out. And here. So, and I had you right once. I was like, no.
Because that's where I feel like I've been the whole entire game.
So I have to admit, day one, I was in an alliance called Bluefish Exposures.
Sorry,
and our one job was to get Bluefish out. Sorry. And I had you right once.
There we go. So I'm just doing the live stream on YouTube real quick. By the way, this is the first time I'm doing this, so just a testament that I probably will never host a Skype game. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Skype games are interesting.
So let me just.
I mean, you know how Skype games are, Clark. You played one that I
won. I played one ever.
I host a Skype series, and I said Skype for my most used app, and I'm like, I'm so screwed.
I said podcast.
That's what it's like. Dave sounds like a. Well, you're lucky. Ryan said internet.
Yes.
I was like,
thank you.
Hey, Kellen. I'm just posting real quick, and then I will get started.
I ordered food like an hour and a half ago, and now it's about to come. So that's stupid, but.
All right. So I just posted. Kellen's going to be hopping in and out. He told me in advance, and that's fine with me. Welcome, everybody, to the live exposure finale. So how we're going to start this is we have all of our final 6 here for those of you watching. We started out with a cast of 30 agents, all 30 contestants all playing as different secret agents in a Discord chat. And every day or so, 2 agents would be eliminated and exposed from the game. Whoever was the lowest scorer and whoever was the most exposed. And now we're down to our final 6. So what's going to happen is I'm first going to introduce each agent one at a time. They are going to introduce themselves to you. And then they're also going to provide a little backstory as to why they chose their agent name, as well as a brief description of the gameplay that they did, their gameplay throughout the entire season, and the moves that they made to get to this point. So let's kick it off with Agent Bluefish.
Okay. I am Agent Bluefish. I'm Dave Holdsworth. I thought about naming myself Agent Token because I'm the token old person in the cast. But Agent Bluefish, the submarine I served on, in case you can't see, was the USS Bluefish. We decommissioned it in 1996. I was the defueling officer, so that was my name. Let's see, my gameplay. I was very worried about the game early on. I didn't know a single person. I'd never been on Discord before, and I'd never done an Alias game before. But besides that, I had this game locked. You know, I knew everything, not at all. So I tried to find 2 different groups to be part of initially, and I did that. I had 2 groups of 6, and I weighed them against each other, and I felt more comfortable with the group that we called the Pirates, so I stuck with them and shared everything as much as I could with them. I'm pretty analytical. Clark saw some of my tracking documents, which were ludicrous. So after the first couple rounds, I felt pretty confident I wasn't going to have the low dossier scores, but I was concerned I'd be the most exposed. So I tried to leak information on other agents to get someone else with a lot of exposure. So I screwed up early. I didn't scrub my Facebook page. So whoever was in the group, we're going to find Bluefish. If you had just gone to my Facebook page for the first 12 days of the game and typed in Bluefish, you would have found a bunch of pictures of the submarine I was on. So I'm glad you didn't do that. So thank you. But my big move in the game was probably, I always like to find one person in these games I click with and that I trust. And that was Paladin. So that was Matthew down here. So he and I became buddies. We exchanged identities at 12 and kind of locked up our dossiers at that point. So I'm good on the analytical side. He's better on the social side. I wouldn't be here without him. So, you know, thank you, Matthew. So the other thing I did was whenever they would post all the debriefings, when people would put up all their stuff, I would immediately go to my Facebook page and like everything that some of the other agents did. Like who liked the Oasis and who had the PTSD thing? That was you. I liked everything Ready Player One I could find, everything PTSD immediately in hopes to throw you people off. I love the book, my favorite book ever. But anyway, I had a blast in the game, and thank you to Clark for running it. And you know what, no matter who wins, it's been an honor and a pleasure playing with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Agent Bluefish, Dave. Next up, could we have Agent Flamingo?
Hey, that is me. Hi, I'm Jessie. I have been playing as Agent Flamingo in this game, and it's been really fun. The reason I chose that name is actually just because my first stuffed animal was a flamingo, and I thought it wouldn't be connected to me in any other way. So I was like, that seems like a good name. Why not? But I had a lot of fun playing an Alias game. Like Dave, this was my first Alias game. I'm somewhat new to org, so like I knew Julian coming into this game because he hosted me, but like I figured out it was Julian pretty early on and started leaking that. Sorry, Julian. And yeah, I would say Merle just left, but my game was pretty quiet the first 7 days. I was actually in one of those groups that Dave tried to start that fell through, but I could tell pretty early on it wasn't really going anywhere. And so then around a week into the game, I actually talked with Matt, who he'll reveal who he is later. But we actually decided to video chat each other after like just kind of messaging for a while. We're like, why not? We might as well risk it. Like, I didn't feel like I was going to get anywhere in the game without knowing somebody. So I decided to be okay with video chatting. And so we did that. And from there, we were like a duo. One of the worst things we did, which I've now talked to Sabrina, but we actually called Sabrina through Matt's Discord while I called his cell phone. So she thought I was Sequoia this whole game. But really, she was talking to Matt. And so, but she had me right on her dossier. I never say it right. She like had me right the whole time just based on her gut, because her gut guesses were so good. But after we called her, she took me off and I was like, oh my gosh. And then the other thing I was a part of, as you guys know, was actually Matt found Alejandra's tattoo and leaked it. But that just caused chaos. And I just had a lot of fun in the game, like trolling people. I don't know. That's why I enjoyed the game. And yeah.
So you trolled us tonight.
Yeah, after the game was over,
just a little
leaked pictures that were false just to be like, why not? I don't know.
That was beautiful.
Thank you so much, Jessie, Agent Flamingo. Next up, can we have Agent Glory, please?
Okay, can you guys hear me, first of all?
Yep.
Okay, I'm Glory, aka Kellen. I got the name because I am truly a dork, and it's from my favorite television show of all time. It's funny because in the beginning, people were asking me if my name was religious based, and Glory from the television show was a hell god. So technically, Glory was religious based, just probably not the religion people were thinking. As far as gameplay goes, it was terrible. I really don't even want to talk about it. I'm still living through the tragedy of that. But I was part of the Pirates. I don't know if that's worth anything. And I did have a good working relationship with Flamingo. Although, as I've told Flamingo, I hope all flamingos go extinct after the end of this game. And I've been honest about that. So, yeah. Love you, Jessie.
Thank you so much, Kellen, Agent Glory. Next up, can we have Agent Paladin, please?
Well, I guess that's me. I was exposed a little soon, but I have my lovely Paladin shirt that I've been hiding under this robe and sweating like nuts on. I was Agent Paladin, Matthew Henning. I told everyone the honest truth about where the name came from. It was, I got into D&D in October of last year. And I was like, it's not something I've talked about on social media outside of one picture of dice that I posted back in October, but I've never talked about it anywhere. I knew no one could like connect it to me outside of that one picture of dice that Jessie, I believe, was the one who found it. Um, like my key thing in the game was joining the pirates that I named the Pirates of Exposure, and then teaming up with Dave at I think top 12 or 10,
Yeah,
giving
it was
him
around
my
final
identity. We compared notes and started putting stuff together. Otherwise, for the vast majority of this game, I was playing with hope and desperation. I think I changed my answers every single round. I don't think I had a dossier where I did not have 10 or more changes for the vast majority of this game. So the fact that I'm sitting in the top 6 blows my fucking mind. Like, I don't think I should be here. I'm glad to be here. Anyone I trolled today or the past couple days, it was literally because I was like, they're on to me. I need to get them off my ass. So I was playing confident and cocky, and I was like, this is not me at all. But I had a blast. It was so much fun. And yeah, we'll see how this all pans out. I don't think I'm winning, but I had a great time.
Thank you so much, Agent Paladin Matthew. Next up, can we have Agent Sequoia, please?
Hey everyone, Agent Sequoia. Few of you knew that. So my real name is Matt. I chose Sequoia because I like nature, and that was all over my profile, but there's no sequoias near me. It's just a cool word that has all the vowels. So that's what I went with as a former English major. Also, run Cutthroat Survivor. Check it out. Shameless plug. Anyway, so in this game, I definitely did not play super nice and friendly, and I'm sorry for anyone's feelings that might be hurt. I know, as Jesse kind of touched upon it, we did some borderline to beyond borderline shady things, but you know, part of the game. And if anyone is upset about that, I'm sorry. But I came in this game the first day, we're like, you know what? Whoever this Bluefish guy, he's really like over the top. He needs to go. So Trevor found me and thinking I was Deanna based on some things I was saying. Made a chat called Bluefish Exposers with Emily, me and him, and they didn't last very long. And then Deanna, who I actually shared my first identity to because I was pretending to be her and having she played my game before. We switched identities for a few people. Me, her, and Katie made an alliance. But that one, it never really felt like it was taking traction. Meanwhile, me and Jesse kind of hit it off. She's great. We ended up video chatting, and it was definitely the biggest risk of the game. But from there, we were just thick as thieves, and I'm glad I found someone that was diabolical because we were able to definitely use each other's nature like that. We definitely tricked some people, but we used our list, we combined our list, and we learned a lot of information from there. Even though I wasn't in any big pirate alliance, I'm still here, and that's, you know, just running through little alliances. Ryan, we found out who he was based on just process of elimination on our list. So we called him out, and then we brought him in. So us three worked together towards the end of the game. Crossing people out. People thought I was Ryan. I sold that. Hey, Sequoia is obviously Ryan, right? Sequoia is obviously Ryan. Doing whatever I can. My funniest moment though, last night, Matthew Henning told me he was Merle. That was my favorite moment of the game, I think, because I'm just like, really? I believe you. You definitely are Merle. But no, it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Clark, for hosting. Again, sorry to Lizzie too. I'll talk to you, Lizzie, after the game. That's how I feel bad, Lizzie and Sabrina. Some things that happened. I was trying to bring you guys to the end. I was trying to get rid of these other guys, but the pirates were feisty. So again, whoever wins, congratulations. Thank you, Clark, and thank you, Jesse and Ryan, for being great partners in this game.
Thank you so much, Agent Sequoia, Merle. Last but not least, Agent Tracer, will you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I guess that's me. If there's nobody else left here, I am Tracer, aka Ryan. I chose my name because at one point in my life, I was a professional skip tracer, which, if you know what that is, it is a basically my job was to go assume a secret identity and go find people for debt collection purposes. So that experience really just felt like one big org in my life back then, and yeah, I felt like it was just fitting for this type of game and what we're doing here. So yeah, I know Clark, I gave you a few different names first, but I really wanted to go with this one, and I'm glad I went with it. And I'm actually surprised nobody put it together, because it's other games I play, I always use that as my like the two truths and a lie kind of challenge. I always say, oh yeah, I was a skip tracer, this and that. But anyway, yeah. So as Merle has said, yeah, these guys pulled me in kind of at the halfway point. Before that, I definitely was playing like an intentionally evasive game. I didn't talk to too many people on Discord. I had a few contacts on Facebook that I was just talking to. One of them being Amanda Susan, who I knew was power right away without even just by the way she talked. I started talking to Jeremy early on because I found out they live actually quite close to me, and that was a pretty crazy coincidence that doesn't often happen in games for me. And Deanna as well, I knew. So I talked to them, and I got a bit of info from them, and I got what I could. I knew I had, enough right to kind of skate by those early rounds, and then by then things started blowing up, like the Jennifer thing. I think that was a kind of a turning point where, identities were just kind of blowing up, and I was just jumping on those bandwagons. And yeah, then Merle and Jesse both called me up one night, and they were like, yo, I know you're Ryan, and let's do this. And yeah, from there, Matt's kind of said what's happened until then. But yeah, I kind of was a background player in that alliance, and yeah, here we are. I owe my entire game to both of them, so thank you both. Like, I really appreciate being brought in and meeting you guys, because you guys are super cool, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to play with you guys, and everybody else, you guys too. I know I didn't talk much to any of you, but yeah, this is a crazy experience we'll all have shared, and yeah, this was fun. Thanks, Clark.
Thank you so much, Agent Tracer Ryan. So those are all 6 of our final 6 agents. First off, I want to say thank you to all the final 6, as well as everybody that played in this season and watched this season or participated in fantasy picks. This format was something, actually, the idea was Rex's, and I sort of like formed it into fruition. And I really just wanted to see how it would play out in an actual season. So for everybody that played, participated, made the finals, got out early, played in the fantasy picks, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of this season. Thank you for watching it unfold. You all really came in with like no blueprint whatsoever. This has never really been done on TV. You all laid the groundwork for it. You all played tremendous games. All 6 of you have played tremendous social games, strategic games. You all made moves in this game to make it to the very end that there was no blueprint. There was no format to go off of. So congratulations to all 6 of you for making it to this point. And I am very pleased that the season is over and that we will be crowning a winner. So for the final 6, and for those of you watching on YouTube, the final 6 all participated in their final dossier of the season. How the dossiers work is they'll get a list of each agent in the game, as well as each contestant in the game, and they have to match the agent with the contestant. The agent that scores the lowest on the dossier and the agent that is most correctly matched by the other agents are eliminated. So we will be going from 6 to 4 with the results of this final dossier. When we get to the final 4, the winner is determined by overall dossier performance. So the agent that has done the best throughout the entire season will be named top operative and be crowned the winner of Exposure Season 1. Let's get to it. So I have the results of the final dossier. The first person eliminated from the final 6, scoring the lowest in the dossier is Agent Glory, Kellen Greenhill. Kellen, you received a final score of 3 out of 6 correct matches. You were matched by everybody, and you finished with a whopping 76 orbs. That is a tremendous orb game, Kellen. Great job.
Good job, Kellen.
Thank you.
So now we're going to move to the most exposed. Of the 6 of you, 3 tied for most exposed, and you were matched by every single agent. One of those 3 was Kellen. So between the 2 of you, the other 2 that were matched by every single agent were Agent Flamingo, Jesse, and Agent Paladin, Matthew. So in the event of a tie, it will come down to your total orb count. The person with the most orbs throughout the entire competition will survive the tie and make it to the final 4. The person with the fewest orbs will finish in 5th place. Matthew, you had, throughout the entire competition, a total of 60 orbs. Jesse, you had a final total of 65. So congratulations, Jesse. You have won the tie, and you have moved on to the final 4 with Dave, Merle, and Ryan. So that means finishing in 5th place, we have Matthew, Agent Paladin. And I have your stats. Agent Paladin finished with a final score of 4 out of 6 correct in the final dossier, was matched by everybody, and received 60 orbs. So thank you so much to Matthew and Kellen. You all can remain in the call while we crown a winner.
Good game, Matthew.
Congratulations to the final 4. We have Dave, Jesse, Merle, and Ryan. How is everybody feeling right now?
I need to know if I had the most orbs. That's all I care about.
You will find out. You'll find out.
Ellen, you were trying to tell me you had no orbs earlier, so bye.
Oh, no, lies. I told you. When everyone was saying you were Alejandro, I was like, you need to go get orbs because that's how you win this game. Because my dumb ass thought that's how you win is if you have the most orbs. So I need
That's
to
what
know
I thought too.
if I have the most orbs because I win this game in my mind. Nobody will tell me different.
I'm afraid of Dave right now. I think Dave might. His analytical mind.
All right.
From
I'm
day
not
one.
feeling confident. I'm not.
From
I
day
just
one, I was afraid
Didn't
of
want
you.
Dave to get in the top 5. Sorry.
I know. We want to be his first worst than 5 finish.
Well, if you didn't want Dave to get in the top 5, why'd you identify me correctly?
We
I
identified
was
all
trying
of
to
them.
get Dave out. You know I was.
We had perfect scores. I don't know.
I'm a nice guy. You're killing me.
I mean, if you wanted
No.
Dave out so damn bad, you should have just left me
'Cause he's
alone. You would
scary.
have gotten him.
You
So-
3
You
were
said
the
you were
ones
Merle,
we could
so I
not
was confused.
crack.
Hail sis.
It was till the last one that we could finally figured you 3 out based on what we had.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we
I will
were
say-
switching you around.
The final dossier was the very first time anybody scored 100% in a dossier.
Wow, that's crazy.
Merle, Jesse, and Ryan all got 100%. Dave, Matthew got 4 out of 6, and Kellen got 3 out of 6.
But Kellen had the most awards. Okay.
We will see. We
We-
will see.
Yeah.
So here is
Good luck,
how the final 4 is going to work.
I need that in,
Sorry, what was that, Kellen?
I need that in a post. Kellen did have the most awards.
Okay, so how this is going to work. Throughout the entire competition, all 13 dossiers, you have had a possible 232 matches to make. I have added up your scores from all 13 dossiers, and that will leave you with your overall dossier percentage. Of the final 4, the person with the highest overall dossier percentage will be named top operative and be crowned the winner of Exposure Season 1. Let's get to it.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
Yep, good luck to everybody. Finishing in 4th place this season. This is, they received 68 out of a possible 232 matches for an overall dossier percentage of 29.31%. Finishing in 4th place is Agent Bluefish, Dave Holdsworth.
Good job, guys.
By the way, superb game to Kellen, Matthew, and
Good job,
Dave.
Dave.
I will add, before this 13th dossier, the only person that tied for an elimination was Dave. You actually tied in round 5 for most exposed. I believe it was with Ashley, and I don't remember who else was eliminated that round.
And then we all forgot.
Yes. Yeah. So to go from possibly most exposed round 5 all the way to the finale is incredibly impressive.
Clark,
Dave.
Good start.
do you have the percentages for me and Kellen as well?
I do. Yes, I
Because
do.
I want to know how horribly I did.
I don't have the percentages, but I do have the matches.
Okay.
So if somebody does the math, they're able to calculate that. By the way, Dave, you finished the season with 68 orbs. Matthew, you received 56 out of 232 throughout the entire season. And Kellen, you finished just above Dave with 69 out of 232 matches. All right. So we have Jesse, Merle, and Ryan in the top 3. Here we go. Finishing with 85 out of 232 possible matches for an overall dossier percentage of 36.64%. Finishing in 3rd place this season is Agent Tracer Ryan.
Good job, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
Great job, Ryan. Very impressive. You also finished the season with 41 orbs. So that leaves us with our final 2, Jesse and Merle. I will say, between the two of you, you both, for most of the season, were the best performers in dossier. So I'm going to post a chart. I have several charts, by the way. I have whoever fit the percentages. I have how many orbs you received each round, who was the top performer in each dossier. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be posted in the Facebook group once the winner.
I just know I won't be on the top of any of those lists.
I mean, it also has how many orbs you received when you won safeguards.
Okay, then maybe I will be on the top of that list.
There you go.
Two times I was there.
Jesse, Merle, you both sort of ran the game for the longest time. You both were top performers throughout the entire season, and you worked hand in hand since round 4. So it's very fitting that one of you is about to become the exposure winner tonight. I will say, between the two of you, it is incredibly close. But it's time to crown a winner. Finishing in 2nd place with 111 out of a possible 232 matches for an overall dossier percentage of 47.84%. Finishing in 2nd place is Agent Flamingo, Jesse first, which means congratulations, Agent Sequoia. Merle, you are the winner of season 1 of Exposure with 117 out of a possible 232 matches and a overall dossier percentage of 50.43%. Congratulations, Merle. You killed the season. I'll also announce how many orbs you received. Jesse, you received 65 orbs throughout the entire season. Merle, you also took home the orb record of 77. You beat Kellen by 1.
I didn't expect that part. I did not expect that part. Sorry, Kellen.
I'm glad.
I give Kellen 2 orbs.
Someone who shares my name won the season, so I'm taking that as a moral victory.
And you were me yesterday, so it's like
I was you yesterday, so it's a win.
No,
So congratulations, Merle, on a well-deserved win. Sorry, you were saying-
Jesse and Ryan, it's been great playing with you guys. Jesse, from the beginning, we were together. It's glad that we're here at the end. Ryan became our 3rd, and I'm just, you guys are awesome. Hopefully friends for time to come. And again, sorry for anyone that feels hurt by me.
I will say once again, tremendous games by all 6 of you. Thank you all for an amazing season. Congratulations once again to Merle, our well-deserving winner. And that is it for this season. I will be posting all the final charts in the exposure group, as well as the debriefings I will be posting all debriefings throughout the entire season. You can see everybody's answers and have a good laugh about those. Thank you all so much for an incredible season. And thank you again. And you all have
Thank you, Clark. Thank you, Clark.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Congrats, Merle.
Good job,
Thank you,
Merle.
Colin.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.